So now let's look at the components of JVM, and then we'll look at the Java runtime memory area. JRE stands for Java Runtime Environment. This consists of two things. That's the JVM and the Java API. The JVM consists of the following components. You have the class loader, bytecode verifier, garbage collector, security manager, and the execution engine. Now, when exactly does the JVM execute? In case of an application program, in order to run an application program, we use the Java command. That is when we create an instance of a JVM. Whereas in case of an applet, since applet runs in a browser, we come across something called as an applet tag. So when it reads an applet tag, before it can go and fetch the applet class, it loads the JVM in the browser and then brings the applet class and loads it into the browser's JVM. So once you have a JVM, it consists of these following components. What are the functionalities of each of these components? The class loader is responsible for bringing in the class file into the JVM. When it brings in the class file, the class loader is like a namespace. It's an area within which the class files are loaded. So whichever is the first class to be loaded, there's a primary class loader object. A class loader is nothing but another class. So an object of class loader is created initially, and using that class loader, it loads the classes one by one using the same class loader. So if I have a class with a main function, that's the first one to be loaded in case of a application program. So that class might be using other classes in return, and those other classes might be using some other classes in return. So all of them will be loaded by the same class loader. If I were to have two different class loader objects loading the classes, then they get loaded into two different namespaces. Classes loaded into two different namespaces cannot interact with each other. So we will have a same class loader object